Seems to be working right now.
Maybe it's working.
Oh, hold on a second. I had it just Chris showing.
Just kidding, it's just working. Well, what am I doing with
Oh
my
my gosh,
jacket?
there we go. There, and now it should show Miriam. Hi, you're Miriam.
Miriam, hi. Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also a co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. If you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto super easy.
Super easy.
We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. So thanks for joining us on our keto journey.
Yeah, we're trying different lighting tonight.
Yes, we're trying to be all dramatic.
Or Germanic, one of the two.
I think it's just because it's on your side. That's why it looks so good
I
on
can
you.
switch it over to the other side.
But then it will look so good on me, and I like you better.
So good. Anyway, we got lots of people in the chat.
Hello,
Looks
hello.
like, well, you were here. You said boo.
I just
'Cause
wanted to see if I was in the chat.
Is the chat working? I don't know if the
Nobody
chat's
was
working.
here, so we thought, oh, our friends don't like us anymore.
And we got Carrie here and Cynthia.
Hi, Carrie. Hi, Cynthia.
Jen says hello, everyone. And
Jen.
Rhonda
Hi,
is here
Rhonda.
as well. Stephanie says hi, all. Mary
Hi,
Kay
Stephanie.
is here
Hi,
from
Mary Kay.
Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh, we're going to go there next summer.
Are we?
Yeah.
Kansas City?
Yeah. We're flying out of the Kansas City airport.
Oh, that's right. Anyway, Storm Chasing Gal is here. So is Shauna, who got a surprise package today.
Yay!
Quinn's here. So is Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. Hi, Quinn.
Shauna says we're looking moody.
Yeah, we are.
Mad Eye moody? Maybe.
Yeah.
Jen got salty today. Nice.
Yum.
Cynthia says it's spooky. Well, you know, we're almost to
Halloween. Here
Halloween.
comes Halloween. Here comes Halloween.
Joyce says,
Halloween.
Joyce is getting ready for a big storm.
Oh, man.
Yeah, over
Duck and
here
cover.
in Utah, we ain't got nothing.
We have no storms.
In fact, there's
It's going to be 100 degrees this week.
There's a high pressure zone and a low pressure zone
Yeah.
that are churning in opposite direction,
Yeah.
cranking all the smoke from California out into the Pacific Ocean.
Which is kind of nice because usually it just
super
hits
nice.
us. It is really nice for sunsets, though.
Not having the
The smoke.
the smoke is good
Yeah.
for sunsets. Well, Bonnie's
But
here
we
from
don't want anyone to be
Anchorage.
on fire, so we really don't want any of those pretty sunsets.
Bonnie's here from Anchorage.
Hi, Bonnie.
And Phyllis is here from Arizona.
Hi,
And
Phyllis.
Cynthia says Bucky's. I have taken
Yes.
to wearing this shirt when I fly.
Because everybody's friendly to him.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, he actually used to wear a Superman shirt sometimes, and he got annoyed when
Yeah, I
people
did.
said, "Oh, Superman, are you Superman?"
No, it's when we would go to like the home show or the
Yeah.
home remodeling show or stuff like that. I'm like, I don't want to interact with you, salesman.
Yes. Well, we're salesmen now, so we have to be friendly.
Yep. Michelle is here. So
Michelle.
is Lisa from Phoenix. Record
Hey,
heat
Lisa.
110 this week.
Oh,
yeah, we're
man.
like,
Yeah, we're gonna hit
it's gonna be in the 90s.
90 something.
Funny. Mimi is here. So is
Mimi.
Janice,
Hi,
and
Janice.
Terry is here
Hi,
from
Terry. Mwah.
rural San Diego.
Ooh, rural.
Yeah. Lisa
San
says hello, everyone.
Diego. Hi, Risa.
Okay, Miriam. Speaking of surprise,
Yeah.
because Shauna got a
Dun,
surprise.
dun,
Okay.
dun.
The surprise subscription box doesn't let you choose what flavors you want. Why is that? And what's the alternative?
Okay, well, I have an answer for you. Why you
Okay.
can't choose whatever flavor you want in the surprise kit is because they are pre-made. So we choose
It's a
whatever flavors we
surprise.
want to put in, and we want to surprise you. And you get a good discount, and it's already ready to go for the month. So
Yeah, and everybody gets the same one. So
Mm-hmm.
if you are on our website and you go to subscription boxes, you got the two different ones. You got
Mm-hmm.
the custom box and the surprise box. And yeah, they are made ahead of time.
yep,
And if you order in, like today's the 24th,
yep.
you're going
You're
to
going
get
to
the
get the
September one.
September box.
If you order October 1st,
You're going to get the October box.
what?
Yay!
Okay.
So the alternative to buying the surprise box is right here, the custom box. And we
custom
actually did not have that big of a discount before. So this is fairly recent for it to be 15 to 20% off discount. So we've been trying to let everybody know if you keep your subscription active, it'll build up to 20% after 3 times. So
Yeah, on the fourth
keep
one,
that.
the third renewal.
Yep.
It's complicated. There is an FAQ that goes into the niggly
It's not
details
that
if you want to.
complicated.
Yeah, just the short version is It starts at 15 and it grows to 20.
Yep.
That's the easy answer.
So if you want to choose your flavors, that's the way to do it. And your Sherry says no.
Well, I just switched off.
Okay.
So if you come in here, so if you want to do the surprise one,
Yeah.
the only choice you get is how big.
Oh, right. Because, yeah.
If you want to do the custom one, you
can
can make
choose a
it
ton of
as
stuff.
big as you want.
Or as small as you want.
You can get banana bread.
Uh-huh.
You cannot get beef soup base. It's whatever you want to get. You can put it together. And you'll notice, this is interesting, you've got single meals and you've got the bulk bag. There is no go pack option.
Yes, that's true. But you could do 21 of whatever flavor you want. So that's why we eliminated the go pack option.
And it would cost less to do 21 of them in here
Yeah.
than it would to do a
just
go
to do it
pack.
as a go pack because it's a bundle. So this is actually the best thing to do is to just do the bundle and subscribe.
Okay, cool. Let's see what other questions we had.
Okay.
Rhonda says, love salty. My favorites are Endless Summer and Zesty
I
Orange.
also have those favorites. You have great taste.
Lady Fritzsider is here, so is LB. Cindy says, can we address the elephant in the room? What's the elephant? I don't know.
Sure. What is
Visual
it?
says, hi there, everyone. Marianne is here from stormy Florida.
Hey, Marianne.
And Gina's here on this terrific Tuesday.
Yeah.
Barry is here. Hi,
Barry.
Barry. Long time no see. Marie made it. Cynthia says, did we see something on the site about root beer float flavor?
You know, it's funny. Somebody posted in the Facebook support group. Is that on your list?
It is not. So if we go here to
Because
shades,
they found the picture,
single flavors.
right, of retired.
And if we come here to root beer float,
Oh, yeah.
and they were really excited because it's the new design packaging.
Yes, and we didn't have it in the new design packaging.
It never came out in the new design.
So the speculation was, which if this is the elephant in the room, the speculation was, why didn't we have root beer float in, if root beer float is in the new packaging, is it coming back? So that's the question, right?
The short version is we fully intended to make the root beer float.
Yeah.
We were going to order it. Same thing with the key lime.
Yeah.
But when it got down to actually ordering it in early spring of this year, we looked at the sales numbers and we were like,
and it wasn't very good.
so should we order birthday cake and butterscotch or root beer and key lime? And it was like, that's not even an
birthday cake and butterscotch. So that's what we did.
Yep.
And we retired them, and that is sad. But it's possible we could relaunch them someday again.
Yep.
Because we got the packaging.
Yeah, well, we have the design, yes.
Yeah.
It would have to change.
Yeah, you're right.
We always make changes.
We always make changes. But.
Amelia wants to know, has Keto Chow ever made a coconut pie flavor?
Oh, that's so
No,
funny.
we've
We were
not.
totally talking about that today.
You can use unrefined coconut oil, which will have a very strong coconut flavor, with the vanilla cream, and you would probably get really close to that. Meg is here from Blackfoot.
My hair is weird.
We actually drove through to and from Blackfoot. What was it, last week or the week before? We were on our way to Rexburg, taking kids to school. Bubble says it's interesting that limited time flavors are included. Did that change? No, they've always been on there.
They've always been on there, yeah.
Yep. Patricia's here. Welcome. Barbara says, hoping that Hurricane Helene doesn't destroy our little Pine Island like it did 2 years ago. It's taken 2 years to rebuild. Will you tell it to stop it?
Yes.
Stop it.
We will tell it to stop it also. You'll be in our prayers.
Barb says, hello.
Hey, Barb.
Lori says, can't stay, but wanted to say hi from
Hi,
Vancouver
Lori.
Island.
How are
Nice.
you? Miss you.
Lady First Scissor points out you can get root beer flavoring and put it in vanilla cream.
And that would be delicious.
Yep. Denise is here.
Hi, Denise.
And so is Patsy, also from Blackfoot.
Hi, Patsy.
Mary says, finally been able to have ice cream for breakfast. Keto Chow and Ninja Creamy for the win.
Good.
Love you guys. Love your products.
So
Thank you so much for everything that you do.
Thank you.
Rhonda says, I love the key lime, waiting impatiently until it's brought back. I don't know if or when that's ever going to happen.
Yeah.
I would like to do
love
it.
the key lime too, actually.
The problem is it just wasn't selling well, and
Yep.
we kind of had to make room for other new flavors. So
Sorry.
it's one of those,
I
do you want new stuff or
wish.
do you want the old stuff?
Right.
And it just wasn't selling very well. So Jenna wants to know what goes into creating a Keto Chow
Oh,
flavor.
that's a great question.
Step
A lot
one,
of stuff.
we think about it really hard.
We decide on something we want to try.
Yeah.
We reach out to different flavor houses and request flavoring. And we request a couple of different types of flavors so that we could, if we mix, we can, if we need to or whatever.
I may have requested 15 flavors today.
High five.
I'm on it.
And I have requested none.
Yeah. One of our flavor houses was like, hey, we need to have a meeting. Are you free in October? I'm like, frankly, I need to get off my butt and get working on new flavors.
Figure it out.
Here's a list.
Here's 15.
So we request a flavor. Sometimes
Yes.
they hit it really good. Sometimes we have to go through
iterations.
lots of iterations.
And we always request flavors with no sugar.
Yep.
And no maltodextrin. And half the time when they bring us a flavor, then it's wrong. And we're like, that is not what we requested. So we have to get a new one. And then we take our base formula for
Mix
Keto
it up.
Chow, mix it up. We always do 4 ounces of heavy cream to test with.
Yeah.
And then we test it. And if it tests promising, then we let more people taste it in the office.
Yep.
And then we think about it for a while.
And then we have to get packaging design. We have to get photography done. We have to order it. And the whole process can take anywhere from as little as 3 months.
Yeah.
I think I did one in 3 months from beginning to end.
Yeah. But that was like a lucky
Or as long
lucky
as
duck.
2 years.
Yeah, sometimes it's because we have to get pricing, and sometimes pricing changes. Pricing on the flavoring is always different.
Yep.
So
There's a lot that goes into it. But
yeah,
Rhonda says it wasn't selling well because I was the only one buying it.
I guess so. Yeah, and me.
Marie says vanilla cream made using unrefined coconut oil is my favorite hack to make coconut cream
That
pie.
does sound amazing.
Bird Loves Paint is here. And Marcia is waiting anxiously for pecan waffle to come
yeah.
back. Why is my phone making funny noises? Shauna says, I just made a cold coffee, caramel macchiato keto chow for dinner.
Nice. I'm so glad.
Let's see, I'm not sure what it was. So, fun
It's
fact.
probably Keto Chow coming online.
It wasn't actually. Fun fact, right now, I am actually testing a Freestyle Libre and a Dexcom Stello. But with Stello, I'm using X-Drip, which is interesting because it gives me a lot more data.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to, my Libre expired yesterday, and I put a new one on.
Is it finally picking up?
It's getting better data. It's actually right here.
Yeah. Last time we put it right there, it bled everywhere. And he was,
I nailed a blood vessel.
so he
and
did
it
that in his
bled
leg
like,
this time.
I actually did.
He likes to bleed everywhere.
Anyway,
weirdly.
I'm going to do a full 4 weeks with both of them, and then get the data for both, and
You're
then
gonna do a
do
blog
comparison.
post?
I'm planning on doing that.
Cool.
Let's see.
You
Bertolus
skipped.
Paint says, I'm trying not to order till we finish all we had. So hard.
Hey, I know that is hard, but it's smart. Good job being smart.
Denise says, I'd love to come work in your office.
Okay.
And Shauna wants black licorice back.
What? I freaking love that flavor.
Chris Miller is here, says, I just had Keto Chow Core unsweetened hot chocolate for dinner.
Yeah.
Added 5 drops of sucralose and 2 tablespoons of allulose. Hey, there you go.
Perfect.
Delicioso. Seguro
So
que
good.
sí.
So good.
Bonita is here from Oak Island.
Hi, Bonita.
Nice. Lady Fritz says, well, yeah, what new flavor do you want, Shauna?
Yeah, Shauna, tell us.
Okay, Dr. Carolyn wants to know, how do you use butter? Do you melt it?
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
So melted butter.
And you want to use warm water to mix it because if your water's cold and your butter's melted, it's not going to be melted for too much longer.
And I have far greater success if I use a blender. I have never had good success trying to use a shaker bottle.
Yeah.
Because when you're using warm water and you're using melted butter and you're trying to shake it up, you have to vent it frequently, or else it's going to pop open and it's going to be sad.
Yeah.
So
it's good.
and I do 3 at a time in a big blender, and then pour them out into 3 individuals.
Yeah.
Megan wants to know, is banana bread selling well enough for larger
We
bags?
haven't got enough data for that yet, but
Yeah.
we will let you know when we find out.
So number 1, it's way too early.
Yeah.
Number 2, my gut is probably not for big bags anytime soon. Just frankly.
Yeah.
Whether it will come back or not, or whether it'll be a, hey, that was fun, I don't know at this point.
Yep, we'll see. We've got people who do that data for us, which
Yep.
we are super grateful
Oh my gosh,
for.
my nose is itchy. We basically have to look at how many meals it sells per month.
Time. And if it continues, because a lot of times we'll launch something and it'll sell really quick, but then after that, everybody's like, meh,
Yep.
which is fine. Like, completely understand. If people don't like something, they don't like something.
Bertle
That
of
is
Paint
fine.
says, love my Freestyle Libre, and Bubble says I use the Libre 3.
Nice.
Now, Freestyle, Abbott, that makes the Freestyle Libre,
Right.
they have basically the same hardware as a over-the-counter thing that only works for iOS, doesn't work for Android.
Right.
And so I was like, well, but I had 2 Freestyle Libres,
Yeah.
expired Freestyle Libres.
Whoopsie.
They're working just fine. So I could compare that, but the Dexcom one was over the counter, no prescription, and cheaper
Yeah.
than buying the Libre 3 without insurance, which is what I was having to do.
Right.
Because I was able to get a prescription for it, but my insurance would not cover paying for a Libre 3. So I had to pay for it completely out of pocket, which sucked, and it was like $150 for
Yeah.
2 of them.
Yeah.
And that's one of I had sunk cost bias. That's one of the
Yeah.
reasons why I'm doing this. I'm like, well, I've got them.
Yeah.
They're expired. I might as well use them up
Try
and get
it.
as much data as I can.
Be as dorky as you can.
Yep. I mean, let's go. Science class with Mr. Bear.
Not Dr. Bear.
Barb
We're not
wants
a
to know,
doctor.
any chance gingerbread will come back?
I hope so.
So all of the fall flavors,
Yep.
pumpkin spice caramel, gingerbread, eggnog, they actually were supposed to have been back in stock at this point.
Yeah.
But we're having some issues with the way it tastes. And so we're waiting until that's fixed.
Yep.
Is
And
the-
we're continuing to keep iterating until we figure out what the mistake is. Well, our manufacturer is, but we are telling them no every time they give us a new
No.
sample. So they are continuing to work really hard to try to figure out what the problem was. We will get it resolved and we will launch the fall flavors
Eventually.
before the freaking winter's over.
Hi, Kathy just started 3rd week on the Lingo. Interesting. And
Yay.
Lingo is the one, that's the name of it, is the one that Abbott Libre makes.
Okay.
And
that
Barb wants to know,
works for the iPhone.
what is Libre? So the Freestyle Libre, the Dexcom G7, the Stelo,
You can't even show them because it's on your chest.
they are continuous glucose monitors. It's a little piece
Yeah.
of plastic with a transmitter that checks your blood glucose, or rather your interstitial fluid glucose. Anyway,
Yeah.
every 5 minutes. So it's the equivalent of pricking your finger every 5
Yeah,
minutes.
it's
Now,
awesome.
the ones that are available without a prescription, which are just coming on the market, are more designed for people who
Like biohackers.
don't use insulin.
Yes.
If you use insulin, then you need one of the real ones. If you don't use insulin, like external insulin, you're not injecting yourself, then these are fun. And because even with the continuous glucose monitors, before you treat yourself with insulin, you're supposed to do a finger stick and
Yeah.
actually do a glucose strip test and bleed all over the place. Anyway, they're interesting because they will show you whether you've eaten something that will mess you up on keto, whether it's going to boost your glucose levels. Now, here's the thing. Joe will say this from Two Crazy Ketos. I completely agree. A normal person shouldn't ever need to wear a continuous glucose monitor.
Yeah, normal people.
It's for checking things. It's for doing experiments. It's for, you want to test if, and Steve from Serious Keto does this all the time, where he tries a new product. Like Unbelievabun, I think he just posted a video where he's trying them out and seeing what this keto bread does to his blood sugar.
Yeah.
It's just to be completely nerdy.
It's time now for computer
On
talk.
computers, there's what's called debugging. It's where you tell the program that you're working with to save this stupid long text file
Yeah.
of everything that's going on. Is it very useful? Absolutely. Will it help you diagnose a problem? Yes. Is it the sort of thing you have on all the time? No, not at all, because it
you don't want to debug while you're doing regular
well,
programming.
it slows down your
and all this
computer,
stuff.
it fills up your hard drive. It's no bueno. You don't want to do it. So a continuous glucose monitor, if you don't have a good reason for doing it, you wouldn't want to wear one all the time. But if you are trying to diagnose an issue, or you're trying to debug a problem, it's an amazing tool.
Yeah, it's a way to get data.
And if you're struggling with struggling with a keto diet, it can be a good way to indicate to you that, oh, you know that thing that you just ate, you had the no sugar added ice cream.
Right.
Guess what? It was full of fruit juice, and your blood sugar goes through the roof. So
Right. So it's nice to know. And it's interesting. Kathy said here, was surprised a hot bath raised my glucose. That was the coolest thing for me when I used
you were wearing one
monitor.
for a while, a couple years ago.
I was wearing one when I started teaching one of my daughters to drive, and 15 points, just sitting in the seat. I'm like, what?
Yeah, because of the stress.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it was really helpful for me to think about that. And one of those times that I did wear it, I tried some stress strategies, and I don't know if I just wasn't in a good place to do that at that time. But anything I did to try to de-stress didn't change it. I could see it go up when I got stressed, but I couldn't ever see it chill out. So it was kind of interesting.
You got to chill out, Mary.
Yeah.
Marie wants to be a flavor developer for Keto Chow. Sounds like a great job.
Yeah.
Slickard wants to know where do you log? I used Libre 3. What more data can you get? So the Libre 3 can send data to Abbott's website thing where you can do some data analysis on it and get graphs and averages. But the main thing I want is a raw spreadsheet export of the numbers. That's what I'm looking for. Then using that, I can take the same data from the Stello, put them side by side, and put them on a graph and see where they deviate. My main thing that I was wanting to test was, for my application, is the Stello as good as the Libre? And it costs significantly less if you're doing it without insurance. And my takeaway is,
It
yes.
seems to be pretty accurate.
Very accurate.
Compared to your expired Libras.
Yeah. And, some people were saying that if you have problems with the Libre, Apple will replace them.
Yeah,
They will.
They will if it's not expired.
If it's not expired, which mine are, because I forgot about them for a while.
Because you didn't need them all the time. Yeah.
Tracy's wanting peppermint to come back.
Oh, I know. I like peppermint too. Yum.
Storm Chasing Gal says, are you concerned about the longshoreman strike on the 1st? So, if you, we shouldn't be too impacted by importing stuff because most of our ingredients are from the United States, are already in the United States.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
Bubble said you should
hopefully
be able to get the
fine.
code from your phone to key into the website.
Oh, yeah.
Shauna says, my Libre 2 says it didn't work with my Android when I first got it, but it actually did.
Yeah.
Well,
We've had that happen too with a couple different phones. Go ahead.
The really cool thing is the Stello, you're supposed to only be able to use it with Dexcom's super cut down, not a lot of
software.
Well, their phone app doesn't do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: there's a version of Extra Plus, at least on Android, that it totally works with.
Wow.
The cool thing about Extra Plus is it's like open source software. It can do all sorts of cool stuff. Again,
so if you know how to do nerdy things,
we're back to
time now
computer
for
talk.
computer talk.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a nerd around. I mean, can I just say?
Yeah. So with the default app, the Stella does a great job. With X-Strip, it's really cool because I can even calibrate it,
Ooh, wow.
which you can't do normally.
Nice.
Anyway. Bum bum bum.
Lynette, hi.
Exposing Darkness wants to know if Lynette's going to be at Keto Palooza. Yes, Miriam,
Yeah.
myself, and Lynette are going to be at Keto Palooza. Holly and Steve are actually going as well, but they're going as regular attendees.
Isn't that amazing? They get to take a break. I'm so happy for them. They work so hard.
Hey, so Bubbles is insulin dependent, so they
yeah.
get 6 sensors for $88 for 30
Yes,
See,
and
there
you
you
need
go.
the good sensor. So that's the thing about this new, whatever it's called. What's it called again?
The Stello
Yeah,
and
the Stello. They're
the
designed for
Lingo.
biohackers. They're not designed to help you if you have like a too low.
Yeah.
Because it's not
Oh, yeah.
really meant.
They actually,
to do that.
that's actually one thing that I hate about the Libre, the Libre 3. I don't need to be concerned about lows, but someone who is insulin dependent, who's
Yeah.
using insulin, needs to be very concerned about that. So I actually force close
Yeah.
the Libre app every night so it won't wake me up when I
Yeah,
roll
because
over.
if you lay on it too long, it'll think you have a low,
Yep.
and then it wakes you up, which is not awesome.
Donna really likes banana bread.
Oh yay!
Jen had blood work done yesterday, and yeah, her sodium was low.
Oh man.
Drinks about 2 salty a day. That is very
Well,
interesting.
what did your doctor tell you to do to increase your sodium? So I would just put more salt in stuff because that's the only thing you do to get it up is to take more, right?
Exposing Darkness wants to know, is peppermint a fall flavor or seasonal? Well, fall flavor would be seasonal. I can tell you that last year peppermint came out around Christmas time.
December.
Let's see. Exposing Darkness is also looking forward to Keto Palooza. Mimi says, every time I fix my Keto Chow, my grandson comes in the kitchen and licks the powder from the bags, feels the chocolate toffee and chocolate malt. That
so
brings
cute.
us to a very good question.
That.
Nicole
Hi, Nicole.
had an excellent question. I just started using Keto Chow shakes, and my kid likes to sip on mine.
Yeah.
I know one
that
pouch
feeling.
is a serving for an adult, but what are y'all doing for kids if they like them? I sent the link to his pediatrician, and she wouldn't help me.
Oh, okay. It's up to you. We didn't design it for kids. It's
Nope.
not meant for their body weight or measurements. You probably can let them sip on it, and they will be fine.
So
That's my opinion.
my stance is always, nobody seems to have a problem giving their kids dinosaur-shaped chicken
And
nuggets.
macaroni and cheese.
And macaroni and cheese. Neither of those are designed for children or technically should be consumed by children. They're not for children. But everybody gives it to their kids. On the other hand, Keto Chow is actually designed for human nutrition. Now, because it wasn't designed for children, we say it's not for children, for nursing or pregnant women. Please consult your doctor.
Yeah. Simply because the vitamins,
It's a higher amount.
it's too much for a child. So
Yeah, if
you
they
can
were to
give
drink a
them
whole one.
less, and they would be fine. I wouldn't give them a whole one.
What we have done in the past is we've taken a Keto Chow, we've taken a little cup, we've poured some Keto Chow into the cup and say, if you want some more, let me know.
Yep. Because just like with chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese, kids like to waste food.
Yes, they do. Anyway, so that's our recommendation. It is surprising that a pediatrician wouldn't help, but I guess it's not too surprising. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Bubble
Thanks
says
for
you
the
put it on
question,
your
Nicole.
chest. I always put it on the back of my arm.
Yeah, that's
in
where
the,
it's designed
in
to.
the United States, the FDA requires continuous glucose monitors to be on the back of the arm for like the Libre and things like that. I know a lot of type 1 diabetics who actually wear their CGM on their stomach. And there's very interesting YouTube videos that talk about optimal placement strategies.
Yeah.
And some will do it on the front of their thigh or on their chest right here, just below the collarbone. As long as you don't lance
A vein, which Chris
vein,
tends
which
to
I've
do
done
multiple times.
twice.
Yeah.
But I've done this. I've also done that on the back of my arm. I got
have
right in
too.
the right
I have
spot,
too.
bled like crazy.
But the thing is, I mean, wherever you get it to work, that's great. And whatever you feel comfortable with. It is kind of annoying to run into stuff with the back of your arm.
Yes, it is.
Because I like ripped one off when I was going into the shower one day, and it was a new one too. I'm like, oh, that hurt.
That you can contact the manufacturer and they'll send you a new one.
Yeah, but I also don't need it. That's the thing. Like, we were just doing those experiments and stuff, so then I felt guilty for ruining it. I keep fixing my jacket.
Tracy says, I'm visiting family on the Gulf Shores,
Tracy,
Alabama. Brought some strawberry cores as backup just in case. They're concerned I'm not eating enough because I've lost so much weight.
Oh my gosh.
Show them how much bacon you can eat.
Yeah, you're right. Just bring on the bacon.
Sonny says, has anyone tried the Stella over-the-counter CGM? That's what I'm wearing.
That's what he's wearing.
On the front of my right thigh right now.
Which he won't show you because weird.
Nope, it would be weird. Bubbles says, what about those watches that show glucose? Try them out. I have never seen a watch that actually, right now, accurately shows blood glucose. There was a wristband a couple years ago that was being sold by a multi-level marketing company that was claiming that in a future update it was going to have that capability.
I mean, wouldn't that be awesome?
And this lady got in a very heated argument with me saying that no, it's the best thing in the world. And I'm like, but you're selling it based on future functionality. It still hasn't ever arrived.
Yeah.
And that product was discontinued.
Sad.
Anyway.
So we don't know of one. But if there is one, that would be cool.
Now, I have seen watch apps that connect to continuous glucose monitors and show the data.
Yes. Because that would be just like an app on your phone.
Yep. But it still requires the little thing. Quick, act busy. Lindsay Murphy's here.
Lindsay.
Carrie's talking about debugging, and they actually found a moth on the computer. That's where the term comes from.
Yeah.
It was messing up this giant computer way back in the day.
That's funny.
Bertolez Payne says, yeah, more data. Keto Mojo is great too, yes.
Yep. Oh,
Actually,
I'm
using a Keto Mojo to fact check my results.
Yeah, and that's really helpful.
Let's see. Denise says, I have a friend with bladder cancer that has to go through aggressive chemo.
Sorry.
We already know he will be very sick. I'm going to gift him some Keto Chow. Wow.
Oh, that's so nice. Denise, I'm sorry
meat.
for your friend. That's so sad.
Yeah.
That's hard. That is hard.
Shauna says, yeah, not kidding. I had some bad stress anxiety going on the last few weeks. My Libre 3 was not happy.
Right.
Bob says, I had a CGM and was shocked that Chalk Zero syrups really spiked my glucose.
I tested that myself and I saw that. And I hardly ever get spikes from anything. I could eat a whole thing of French fries and it just goes up still slow. But, yeah. I think Chalk Zero was worse than French fries for me.
Yvonne, this is interesting. I said, I had my Stella now almost a whole month, and I'm happy to see that none of the foods is causing a huge spike, only little bumps. But during my sleep, it's like the Rocky Mountains on my grass. That can happen if you have it on the back of your arm
if you're sleeping.
and you sleep on your side. That's actually why I stopped putting it on the
On the back of your arm.
back of my arm, because it would cause a low.
Yeah.
And then the Libre 3 app, which is designed for diabetics, would freak out and wake me up.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe just try sleeping on the other side. I know the problem is once you're asleep, then you go back to your habits and sleep on that side. But you could even try putting it on the other arm. I don't know, maybe you alternate arms. And then you maybe just alternate while you're sleeping. So, I don't know. So
the type 1 diabetic YouTube community that does CGMs claims it works anywhere on your body below your neck. Back of your shoulder.
Not right here on your
middle of your back.
Middle of your back?
Middle of your back.
There's not enough tissue right there.
Yeah, there is. You can a couple people were doing it on their forearm or on the back of their calf.
I guess skinny people use them too.
Yeah. Because it just needs the interstitial fluid. Kathy says, I've been wearing mine because insurance company denied my diabetes medication. Got my A1C down to 5.3, so they wouldn't pay for it anymore.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but you still need it if you need it. That's dumb. Oh, man.
Marie says, yeah, Miriam, you You were still stressing about it not coming back down, which is why it wasn't going back down.
Right? All of the stress.
Bubbles points out Libre Link Up can have family members see your reading. It beeps
and that
if
is
your
so
reading
cool.
goes too high or too low.
That's so cool.
It is super cool.
And I love that. We have our bestie friend that lives by us, and she's type 1, and that saved her life a couple of times, because when you're diabetic, before these things came out and before the family connections things, if you had a bad event that was too high or too low.
Yeah, well, mostly the lows,
Yeah. So she had a couple times where her husband, his phone went off, and so then he called his mom, go check on my wife, so we were super grateful. She's
Cindy
okay.
has a great question. My Keto Chow pancakes keep falling. How do you keep them fluffy?
Oh, I don't know.
Now, because
What
they
are
have a
you
lot of
making them
eggs
with
in
it?
them,
Yeah.
chances
pretty
are
flat
the
to begin
eggs
with.
are going to puff
Yeah.
up and then fall. You can give them a bit more structure using almond flour.
Yeah, you can use a little bit of baking powder too.
A little bit of baking powder, I would agree.
I just don't care if they're flat. I like them flat, I guess. Yeah, I have
Berta Loves
low
Paint
expectations.
says, I made the green chili chicken soup with chicken soup base.
Oh,
Thank you so
yay!
much.
Oh, that's a good recipe.
Yeah.
We made that not that long ago.
Marie says, I've used extra for years. And yeah, Stella won't yell at you. The Dexcom
Yeah.
G7 will.
Yes. Which is nice that we can have one that we can play with.
So Jen's doctor about this sodium, she said she told me to keep an eye on.
Okay. Well, that's
So.
good.
Mimi says, my grandson is still standing. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's better than an Oreo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Singa says, our restaurant, like the milkshakes you get at a restaurant, designed for kids?
Right.
No,
Yeah,
they wouldn't
just
be.
complete sugar and fat
Yep.
put together deliciously.
Okay, Donna wants to know, does blending my shakes in a blender keep them from thickening up? I made 2 pancakes at a time with 3 cups of water, 1 cup of heavy cream. They're always like drinking milk. I'd like to have them a little thicker. So it may be that you're 3 cups of water? Let's see, 2 packets, 1
That
cup of
should
heavy
be
cream.
thick.
That should be pretty thick. And doing it
And
with
salty.
a blender,
That should be really salty.
because that's a cup and a half, and usually I do 1.5 to 2
we
cups
do
of
more
water
than that.
with a half cup of heavy cream. So it sounds like, yeah, that's interesting that it's.
Are you
getting
doing
thinner.
the core or are you doing the regular Keto Chow? Donna,
Yeah.
let's keep talking. We'll figure this out.
Lynette points out the pumpkin sausage soup is amazing, and that's
It
one
sure
of the questions from
is.
tonight.
Okay.
We talked about this a little last week. What alternative flavors of Keto Chow can be used to make the pumpkin sausage soup?
Yes, I'm sorry, pumpkin is out of stock right now. You can use the
Salted caramel
Caramel.
would be my go-to.
for the pumpkin sausage soup, and
Just a little bit more pumpkin
you're
spice.
putting pumpkin puree in there, and it really makes it taste pumpkin-y, so it would still work. We've done it before.
Rhonda wants to know, does the banana bread come in large bags?
Nope.
So since January of 2023,
Yep.
all new flavor releases, period, come out in the single packets.
Yep. We're weird.
And we're ordering a good quantity of them, but they will start only in the single packets. And if they sell really well, we'll actually probably start the process of reordering them fairly quickly,
Yeah.
maybe even immediately. If they're selling okay, we'll look at the sales figures later and go, maybe we should bring that back and see if it does better.
Yeah.
If it doesn't do super good, we'll go, well, that was fun,
That was fun.
and then move on to new flavors.
Yep.
So,
But the nice thing is we get to do this with you. So it's really fun to have you telling us your feedback and interacting with you and just being able to enjoy your company. So thank you.
Shauna says, I've ripped off a few sensors in my time. One time I flipped one off my arm with a bra strap.
Oh, man. I could totally see that, though.
And Bubble says I put a probe cover on it. So the one that was on my
Yeah.
leg that I actually nailed a blood vessel,
Right.
I stuck one of those plastic covers over it.
Yeah.
And then we went to that hot pot thing. And I got home and I was like, I was getting really weird
Readings.
readings. I got home, look, and I was like
It was full of blood.
the plastic thing was full of blood. I was like,
so gross.
okay.
Ew.
Let's see. Exposing Darkness still hasn't
It's time
experienced
for
a
me to start
Buc-ee's.
yawning.
They're cool. I mean,
It's just a grocery store.
I actually think they're a bit overrated.
I think it's cute.
I think they're cute too, but anyway.
I just want to buy all their camping stuff because it's cute.
Yeah.
I don't need it, but I want it. And the problem is, whenever we're at a Buc-ee's, we don't have a car. So we have to fly home. So I can't take like a Buc-ee's cooler on the airplane. That just seems really dumb.
Wooly NC says on Dexcom 7, doing on the belly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Yvonne says I had one on the front of my upper arm, so much better at night, but still the ups and downs. It's on my left arm, and I sleep on my right side.
Yeah.
And Marie says lots of 3D printer files for those little guards to go around the sensor transmitter that helps it minimize false compression loads. I don't know. Sticking it on my chest has actually worked really well.
As long as you got it in the right place.
Oh, so Bubbles, eight years ago, I tried a Medtronic CGM. It had a little wire probe. New ones have like a filament that's like a fish line. Yeah, they've come a long way.
Isn't it? Yeah, I am so grateful that we're advancing. So that's good.
Julia says, or one on the back of your neck. This guy's like an input jack on a board.
Yes. That'd be funny.
Lisa says, I was planning on making a pumpkin sausage soup this weekend, but it's just too hot here.
But you know, you can make it and freeze it. I have frozen that stuff so much. I'll freeze it in individual little bowls.
Or
and I'll
in a
even
giant
weigh
container.
it out. Or a giant container.
And then you'll forget about it. And 3 months later,
Max
we'll have
made that one.
We'll have a discussion as to whether we have any, and you'll be like, "No, we don't."
Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
don't.
"Yes, we do."
Well, I found it and pulled it out, and I made some for Max for lunch. Well, I didn't have to make it; I just heated it up. So now it's in the fridge. So he is going to have a happy week this week because he's at college and he's staying on campus forever, and he's taking his happy little thermos with pumpkin sausage soup in it.
Yep. Carrie's going to go to bed before he turns into a pumpkin.
Good night, Carrie.
Bubbles wants to know how to use bamboo fiber in pancakes. I have never actually done it.
We have not tried bamboo fiber. No. I know Christy Davis on the Keto Village has tried it.
Lynette posted on YouTube the link to the pumpkin sausage soup recipe.
Nice.
And by the way, one thing I wanted to point out.
Oh, that's so cute.
The site search on the Keto Chow site
is a freaking amazing.
Let's try sausage.
Sausage and green bean casserole? I want to eat that right now.
Soup.
Oh.
There it is. So another question came up. What's the minimum amount of fat you can use in Keto Chow?
So you put
minimum. Like it instantly is returning results.
Oh, it's so fancy.
Like what's another one we do? Powdered fat.
Yeah, so you can Google on Keto Chow now.
Like it used to be. So just to explain, one of the things that the new website that we have.
Want to unshare?
Sure. The new website that we have. One of the things that we really wanted to accomplish with it was joining together the blog, which has the recipes.
Yeah, we love the blog.
FAQs, all of the blog posts. Our web team was complaining that there's like 1,000 blog posts.
I know, there's a lot of blog posts.
What kind of loser posts that many blog posts? And Summer's like, gee, I don't know. Anyway,
you haven't posted in a long time, though.
It's true. All of the stuff from the info side and the how to make Keto Chow and everything else. And then you had all the stuff that was on the shopping cart side. And they were separate sites, completely separate. And if you tried to search for something in the store, the main site, it wouldn't find any of the blog stuff. That's been fixed.
Yay!
Like the recipe search. You don't even have to go to the recipe page. You can just start typing in there and it'll, boom, come up. And they are working on refining it. So if you type something and then hit enter, it'll take you to a results page with more details. Really cool. That's actually one of the things that I wanted to cover tonight. So,
yay.
Let's see. Rana says, Chris, now you got two Rana's asking about banana bread and bowl. So funny.
Yay.
Let's see. Donna says, I used warm water, almost hot, and blend them for about a minute. They're still good tasting, just not very thick.
Yeah.
Never grainy like a lot of protein powders.
You know what I would do? I would just add a little bit of gelatin.
You could.
Because if you like the way that you make them, the flavor and everything, and it's the amount that you want, just put some gelatin. You do a teaspoon if you want to make it thicker, 2 teaspoons if you want to make it like pudding, 3 teaspoons if you want to make it like Jello.
Yes. How do you add it?
I just add it when I'm mixing. I don't.
So
you've got
the blender going, and you just sprinkle it in.
Yep.
To the vortex of fun.
Or just before I turn on the vortex of fun.
Yeah. Lynette always makes big batches and freezes it. Sean says, I can't remember, but I met the husband of a friend who worked at the workings of Libre 20 plus years ago. He was excited to talk to someone who had used one.
Yay!
Nice. Oh, and yeah, Rhonda. Yes, Rhonda did ask me on Reddit.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that I didn't understand your question at first. I was seeing the other stuff that people were tagging. Mm-hmm. Anyway. Yeah, if it sells really good, it would be
great if it would.
Let's see. Adam says, it's been a while. Anybody want to take my place for a colonoscopy tomorrow?
Oh, sorry. We didn't do the prep. Chris is like, I'll do it. I got a good nap.
The prep was, it was dumb. I had to drink all the stuff, take the laxative. Yeah. Having a bidet really helps, just frankly.
Yeah.
But when the actual colonoscopy, like I went there, went into, they wheeled me into the thing, they shot up my IV. I think it's the first time I remember ever having an IV in my entire life.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've had one before, but I don't remember. Anyway, and they were talking to me, and I'm like, oh, here we go. And then I don't remember it, but apparently the lady asked me multiple times if I wanted crackers and apple juice.
Yeah.
And I kept asking for
cute.
cheese and bacon.
Actually, I just really like some bacon. She's like, well, I don't have any bacon. Do you want some crackers? No, just bacon.
But it was very restful. Like it was a solid hour nap. Bubbles wants to know, are they using Elasticsearch on the website? It's actually Algolia.
Wow,
search.
That's the weirdest name
I
ever.
know, right? Ron says, I love the new search feature. It works really well. Yeah, the new search feature is amazing. Adam says, you're looking sharp.
Thank you, Adam.
Margo wants to know, will key lime make a comeback? It's not planned to make a comeback at this time.
Sorry.
But I'm a big fan of it, as am I a big fan of the, actually all of the retired flavors I have been a big fan of.
Yeah, he would love to bring him back.
I would.
He would love it.
Cynthia wants to know, have you thought about removing the food coloring from some of the older flavors? I have.
We could.
The problem is I don't want to mess with something that's going.
Yeah.
Moving forward, unless there's a flavor that materially is benefited by having the color, like the blueberry pie would be weird if it didn't have color.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. But a lot of the other ones, I'm not planning on putting color in.
Yep.
And that actually started with the red and black licorice.
Yeah, because we did not want to make something black. Ew.
Or red.
Red is the worst.
Yeah.
It's the hardest thing to color. The natural colorings, the most common one is spirulina, right?
No, that's green.
Oh, what's the red one then?
Red number 40.
I know that, but I mean the natural one.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So
yeah,
there's a reason there's artificial colors, because the natural ones suck.
Well, we haven't talked at all about the Ninja Creamy. It's about time we stop that.
Okay.
Leslie wanted to know, has anyone bought off-brand pint containers for the Ninja Creamy? Do they work just as well?
Yes. We have bought 2 different types of off-brand Ninja Creamy containers.
Yeah.
And they have worked. One of them that we got recently, I think
These are the ones that I recently bought.
Yeah.
Now, these ones have hard lids. Mm-hmm. I don't like them quite as well.
One of them already cracked.
Yeah, we had some other ones that were
silicone lids.
Yeah, they were silicone lids. I don't know if these are the ones. They had green and purple.
Yeah, I actually really like the silicone lids, because another thing that you can do with a silicone lid is you push it in and burp it and get the air out a little bit more. And they're easier to get level. Even the regular Ninja Creamy ones, that when you put the lid on, you have to
Uh-huh.
make sure that it's level, or you can't put another creamy on top of it.
Yeah, whereas the
If you're
silicone
just
ones
going to
actually
be
work really
putting
well.
it one level, it doesn't matter if it's level, but
Yep.
yeah. Sorry.
And
phone.
I put a link to the ones that we most recently bought in the description
Yeah.
of this video.
Which
but
they're cute. The colors are cute.
and to answer the question simply, we've tried multiple. All of them have worked well. So. Donna says, why can't you just have all the flavors, especially if they sell really well?
Well, that's the idea. If they sell well, we want to keep
Okay,
them.
so that brings us to someone wanted to know what is the best Keto Chow flavor to have in coffee. So many of the flavors are sold out right
Okay.
now.
Well, part of the reason why you think that they're sold out is because we have the retired flavors on the
Yeah.
site. So they're meant to be gone. But we like to show you what used to be so that you could pine away for it. Not
Yeah.
really, but that's just kind of what happened.
So this is the Keto Chow flavor status page, and I
Yeah.
bet, let's see, if I type flavor status, you got
it.
There it is. So that'll take you to this, and it actually talks about it. Hey,
It's so many words.
we love new flavors.
Yeah.
We usually start them as limited edition. Unfortunately, logistics dictate that not every flavor will be a commercial success.
Yep.
So some of them we have to discontinue.
Yep. Because we could keep more flavors, but it's also not good business practice to keep so much inventory on hand.
Yeah.
So
So this page actually tells you all of the flavors we've ever made and what their status is, and actually even what version they are.
oh yeah.
Which version 2.8 and above are
Apple pie.
2.8 and 3.0 are the same. But for instance, beef soup base, the large bags are version 2.71.
Ah.
Pina colada, I think, is one of the few other ones. No. Irish cream, yep.
I like pina colada.
Is lemon meringue really 2.6? That's interesting. Anyway, so you've
That
got
might be wrong.
you've got limited edition. You've got the most recent ones.
Yeah.
We haven't announced whether they're limited edition.
So
or
they're
not.
just on the question mark.
It came out once, and then we haven't said anything more about
Yeah.
it. But for instance, like red licorice, it's discontinued, and we aren't going to do a big bag. Root beer float was available, and s'mores in a single and a big bag as well.
They're over.
The reason why we do limited editions and the reason why we discontinue flavors, the simple matter of it is, because of how many we sell, our manufacturer requires us to order them in a certain quantity. And if we go below that, the cost goes up a lot.
Yeah.
Like instead of costing X dollars, it's
Yeah.
X times 2 or X times 1.5 or something like that. It can be up to 50% or even higher, up to 75% more expensive if we don't get the right quantity. And so if stuff just isn't selling very well, it's kind of this, do we keep it in stock even though it doesn't sell very well? Like the core flavors. The core flavors
Yeah.
really don't sell well enough for them to stay in stock. So we're kind of keeping them in stock despite their
Right.
low sales. So we say, why can't we just have all the flavors, especially if they sell really well? The ones that have been discontinued
Didn't
don't.
sell. Yeah,
sell very well.
That's why.
And we're not comparing them to the other flavors. We're comparing them to our minimum order quantities,
Yeah.
which we actually don't talk about
Yeah.
what those exactly are because it wouldn't make any sense to you.
Yeah.
The minimum order
Perspective.
quantity compared to chocolate, if we were to order chocolate in the minimum order quantity, it would sell out in like a week.
Yeah.
But we order banana bread in the minimum order quantity, and it's still in stock after quite a while.
So it's not chocolate, is what you're saying?
Yes.
You know what we should do? Mix chocolate and banana bread together
That would be good.
and make a bread out of it. Oh, that'd be yummy.
Storm Chasing
Some
Gals has
chocolate
finally
chips in there.
tried
Ooh.
orange mango. Love it, but it's gone.
I
Orange
know.
mango is another one.
I do like orange mango. And that is long gone.
Lady Fritz they're saying beets.
I know
Yeah.
beets the only thing that gives you the flavor.
Well, no, the
color. Sorry,
the
color.
problem is it makes kind of a purple color, not a red.
Yeah, it's not quite right because we did beet juice for raspberry cheesecake in the past.
Yeah, it actually fades to this weird gray.
Weird.
Barbara says, when I get down to my last 4 or 5 packets of the seasonal or retired flavors, I become a hoarder lady. Don't touch my stash.
I know. Chris gave away some of my secret black licorice.
It was Lindsay and Neely.
I know, but I wanted that. Just because I love them doesn't mean I want to share.
Berta Loves Paint is recommending chocolate toffee to mix in with coffee. Yeah, and actually, for that matter, a lot of people really like raspberry cheesecake.
Yeah.
They like chocolate toffee.
Banana.
They like banana. They like the chocolate
that's
mint, root beer that is now gone. In fact, just about all of the flavors except for the savory.
Yeah, go good with coffee.
People have really liked with the coffee. Sorry, I just got distracted. What was I going to say? And a lot of times people will mix coffee with their Keto Chow, and other times they'll mix Keto Chow with their coffee.
Yeah.
Bubble says, no 2024 leaderboard. There is, in fact.
Oh, is there? Yes.
So if we come up here to the
let's
top.
use the awesome search function.
So here we go.
Oh,
There's
wow.
May 2024. This is the most recent one.
Why is that not pretty?
Because it's needing to communicate information. You can come down here.
I like it better in the square thing.
There's that one.
Nope. Yep.
There's that one.
That's better.
I'm presenting it in multiple formats.
So you're teaching us different ways to do the same math?
Because different people understand it in different ways. A pie chart is actually a terrible way to communicate.
Also, it looks horrible with all those words.
Well, that's how it is. Here you have it put differently. There's chocolate peanut butter. And here it is in just straight up text.
Oh, that kills me. Too boring.
But if you are using a screen reader, which is one of the very important things that we're working to address with our new website,
we are making
a screen reader is where it's at. And you'll notice down here at the very bottom are the core.
They're not even on the freaking chart.
We're talking, that's actually wrong. That should be
0.4.
These ones right here were formatted incorrectly. This is 1.7. I'm going to need to have them fixed.
What?
This is 0.5% because it was showing as percentage as a decimal anyway.
Because that shouldn't be up there.
Yeah, this should be 0.4%, 0.2, 0.1%. Above 1%, you don't even, like natural strawberry is 1.5%.
Yeah.
Whereas chocolate and chocolate peanut butter collectively are around 20% of our sales. So,
Sam fell. He's okay.
Wow. That's quite the hole in his hand.
Yeah.
Roz says, I miss Peach.
Oh, I miss Peach too.
So
I actually ate peach today.
It's so funny because peach is such a polarizing flavor.
Yeah, everybody hates it.
Some people love it. Some people hate it.
It's so funny. Okay, this is really funny. I mean, I think it's funny. So last night we had jalapeno poppers, and we bought them made from the store. So they weren't
Sam's
the way that, and they're awesome. Like
they forget to take out
but they don't take the membrane or the seeds out all the time. Yeah. And they of course were hot, and I'm not used to hot because we cooked them for a long time.
Spicy.
Yes, spicy. We cooked them for a long time, and then they're really good and not hot. So I was expecting them to be normal, and they were hot. So Max was also expecting them to be normal, and they were hot. So I was eating this peaches and cream and core Ninja Creamy
ice cream,
and I'm like, Max is like, I'm like, oh here, have a bite of my ice cream, and he takes it. He's like, that does not taste like chocolate.
It was peachy chocolate.
Funny. I'm like, it's delicious. It's like, that's not right.
Bertolus Payne says, I am not the same person when I run out of chocolate toffee.
I feel that. I feel that.
Cynthia says we've used blueberry pie in blueberry flavored coffee. And it was
delicious. How fun is that? Yeah.
Shauna says, I still have some root beer and the black licorice.
Yeah.
Ron says, I bulletproof caramel macchiato, ice cream, and chocolate toffee.
Yeah.
Risa still has one packet of root beer float.
Oh, we don't have any. We are lacking.
Root beer float?
Yeah, that's
We still have like 2 packets.
No.
And we even I think we cleaned out our big canister of it too.
We don't have any.
So sad.
That's a lot.
Rhonda says, I've mixed the banana bread and chocolate together for waffles. I'm trying to make it last longer. There you go.
Good.
Iowa says, I also like salty in my coffee.
Ooh, yes. We actually talked about that today. We had somebody put a whole chocolate salty into their little cup of coffee, and then they said that was too salty. So you may want to not use a whole one unless you're having a really big cup of coffee.
Yep. Bubble says, accessibility design is huge in development now. Yeah.
Yes.
And that was actually one of
it's
the...
really important.
Yeah. Yes. And you never realize how important it is until you find someone who has that
use your website.
Need.
Yeah.
And that was one of the key designs criteria for the new website was this needed to be accessible.
Yeah.
And the old one, it was like trying to fix stuff. And with this, it's like built from the ground up with that in mind.
Right.
Wooly says butterscotch.
I agree. I like butterscotch. It's very delicious.
Patricia likes the peach and the guava grapefruit. I love the guava grapefruit.
I did too.
So good. Burlesque Fan wants to know, will eggnog be back? The eggnog keeps me from buying and consuming all the real eggnog.
Right.
It's supposed to be back already. But we're running into the issue with the flavor, with the production.
So instead of telling you that it's not coming back, we'll tell you that it's coming back, but we just don't know when.
It's supposed to be here already.
Sorry.
Let's see. Okay, last question. In recipes on the Keto Chow site, it says 1 serving Keto Chow. Is that 1 packet? Is that 1 scoop? Like, what does that mean?
So 1 serving of Keto Chow would be a scoop, and it would be a packed scoop, right?
Yeah.
Or it would be 1 packet.
Yep, that's 1 serving.
That's what our...
Interchangeable. Some of the recipes actually say 1 packet, or they say 1 scoop.
Yeah.
And we've been trying to make sure that they always just say 1 serving.
Yes.
Because it should be easier to understand. Visual Kyo says, I have more root beer float than Chris.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
And the problem is, it's one of Chris's favorites.
It is.
That's why it's sad that it's gone.
It is sad.
It's probably his absolute favorite, actually.
Rhonda says eggnog, so much you can do with it. Yeah, like make chaffles.
We
Miriam, how do you make chaffles?
Making chaffles with eggnog. 3 eggs, 1 cup mozzarella cheese, 1 packet of Keto Chow. Or serving.
Scoop. 1 serving. And you just mix it up. Just plop some of that into one of the waffle makers. So good. Bubble says butterscotch and chocolate toffee are very close in taste. They are.
They are.
In fact, I was making Rachel's Blondies.
Oh, yeah.
Her never again Blondies, as she calls them. And I didn't have any butterscotch, so I just used chocolate toffee.
And it was amazing. So Haley, our daughter, who is keto with us, she goes off to college this morning, and before she leaves, she's like, I'm not going to be home until really late. I really wish I could have those cookies. You know, the ones that Dad made with the chocolate chips and the pork rinds that one time wasn't pork rinds and one time was pork rinds, but both of them were really good.
Because one time I used almond flour and one time I used pork panko.
I think you should just do half almond flour and half pork panko. But anyway,
you
could tell she really wanted us to make those. And I was so close to thinking about going to the store today, but I did not.
So when I've made them, they actually are not difficult to make.
Oh no, we just don't have chocolate chips.
It's one of those recipes that, Rachel jokes around about it being, let's see. So she has, let me see if I can pull this up really quick.
Yeah, okay.
Get people to screenshot it or something.
Are you sharing?
No, I'm not. Hold on a second. I want to make this.
I'm big. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm yawning. You can see me. He's looking at the screen.
Yeah, I'm looking at the screen.
I'm looking at it. Can I just tell you, I had a great morning. Do you want to hear about my morning while Chris is taking a long time to begin something?
Okay, there it is.
Just kidding. It's over.
This is Rachel's recipe.
Yes.
A cup of almond flour.
But you could do half a
packet of Keto Chow.
Yeah.
A half teaspoon of baking powder, a quarter cup of allulose. Mix those together. Then a quarter cup of butter, large egg, half teaspoon of vanilla, which Lindsay points out, vanilla should be measured with your heart.
Boop.
Mix those together.
Sorry.
Mix everything together. Add a 1/4 cup chocolate chips. Bake
Yeah.
at 350 for 10 to 12 minutes. I used one of those
we just don't
cookie
have any
scoops.
chocolate chips.
Yeah, right now because the kids tend to eat them. So, I mean, Miriam tends to eat them. So, yeah, I've now made a double batch of this twice.
Yeah.
It takes about 5 minutes to make.
Yep.
It's one of the easier recipes. So, yeah, it works out really well. I would put that into the comments of this, but
You can just copy it. Copy the whole
it'll
thing.
get cut off. So, you guys could come back here, take a screen capture. Rachel has a YouTube short
Yes, YouTube short.
where she shows how to make it. It's very easy.
And do you know where we had those for the first time? On a boat with Joe and Rachel going scuba diving.
You mean where you had them for the first time?
Oh, is someone bitter?
I was vomiting off the side of the boat at the
Well,
time
I didn't tell you to do that.
because I had motion sickness so bad.
Maybe because you weren't eating any blondies.
Yeah. Iowa wants to know how much do they make. I don't know. I just put them onto. I literally just made scoops. I think a double batch filled a cookie sheet.
Yeah. And the way that
Yeah.
Rachel made them was just in a pan
Yeah. Okay. So that's actually
and cut them up.
yes. When I made the double batch, I filled a 13 by 9
pan. Pyrex dish.
Pyrex dish, and then just cut them up. That was actually a lot easier
Yeah.
than doing the cookie scoops. I forgot that.
Yeah.
And then I just cut them up, and it worked really well. So,
And then he put them in the freezer, and every time I'd go back to get some, they were gone.
so a 6 by 9 would probably be about right for a single batch,
yeah.
they're about a 1/2 inch thick if you do them that way. K. Ross says, can you use prime protein instead of almond flour? I doubt it.
I don't know if it
we
would
we
work.
tried ground pork rinds.
Because that would be just
and
like
it
using
kinda
Keto
worked.
Chow.
And which I wanted to do the pork panko because I don't like eating that much almond.
Right.
But anyway, Kathy says I might need to make the blondies for my birthday Friday. They were really good.
I agree.
I ended up
And
putting
put a
them in
candle
the
on it.
freezer.
And why are we not singing to Kathy right now?
Right now, 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kathy. Happy birthday to you on Friday. Bubbles says, what brand of chocolate chips? Chalk Zero or Lily's? I don't do well with Chalk Zero.
We do Lily's. And I know Lily's is not super awesome. I like them better than Baked Believe because I think the Baked Believes are not that yummy.
Yep. Sherry just got a Ninja slushie.
You got one?
Joe and Rachel have a video
I just was watching
showing
it.
how to do Keto Chow and salty electrolytes separately in the Ninja slushie.
And I want to have one.
Yeah, they're very expensive.
Okay.
Here's the thing. We can probably accomplish the same thing with a Ninja Creamy for now. So, because you can totally do a milkshake.
A slushie?
Yeah. Well, a slushie, no.
That's what I want.
Well, sorry.
7-Eleven doesn't have any.
Nope. Shauna says a combo of pork panko and coconut flour should work. Maybe. You're going to need more liquid if you do coconut flour. So when I was watching Joe and Rachel's video about the Ninja slushie, I entertained for about 2 minutes the idea of buying one, taking it to conferences and using that to dispense.
I know.
Salty.
Wouldn't that be great?
It wouldn't be able to keep up.
Yeah, you're right. Because it took like 30 minutes to mix it in the first place. But it would keep up with me
Nope.
in my house. And it's still September, which is my birthday month.
It's Marianne's birthday on Friday too. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marianne. Happy birthday to you. You have to clap for the little kids. Cynthia says I've been waiting for the Keto Chow review. Yeah, Joe and Rachel's video on the slushie.
Yes.
So-
It just came out, it was like 3 videos ago.
Yeah. I think it's time to go to bed. We've been on for an hour and 10 minutes. And
Oh, and
we've
I
got
don't have a
kids
slushie machine?
who are here.
And bleeding. apparently.
Lisa says salty would have to have a cherry flavor so I could make it taste like an icy. Okay, well, you all have a fantastic day. I'm very happy that we actually upscaled the video to 4K.
And it worked good?
So far, no problems.
Okay.
Like, not even any buffering, which is weird. We're actually transmitting at twice the bandwidth as before.
Ooh, so fancy.
Anyway, but I'll catch you next week.
Yeah.
And until then,
Peace.
Bye.